Okay, all of us here are in different chapters of our lives. Me, I happen to have just turned 17 on May 17th. Oh, thank you guys so much. I thank you. But look, I just made it to chapter 17. Others on chapter 5. Some are on chapter 25. Hey, maybe somebody here is on chapter 99. Who knows? But my own story has many unfinished pages that I hope to finally write. But my high school story was one of very doubt. It was not on the best terms, as I was zoned into the school. So my goal was to get my grades up and leave. And it wasn't a chapter I was prepared to write.
In the middle of every difficulty lies an opportunity. Tonight, I would like to speak about my involvement in the Kurt Hahn family as an English learner. On November 17, 2022, I left my home country of Haiti, speaking French and Haitian Creole, not knowing English too well. While I could understand what people were saying in English, I wasn't able to formulate a good sentence. On top of that, attending Kurt Hahn was a complete change of pace due to the fact that I came from an all-girls school to a co-ed. Each day, before I went to bed, I would ask myself, what can I do to make my parents proud? How can I do to get good grades? What can I do to learn English as soon as possible? Because one thing about me, I truly care about having good grades.
During the summer before my first year teaching, I was thinking very deeply about designing a unit that would be very engaging for students in the classroom. One of the lowest grades I received in high school was in the class of history because I was completely disengaged from the curriculum. So in an effort to avoid this in my classroom, again, I thought very deeply. And in the process of designing the unit, a colleague of mine asked me a very deep question. He asked, do you want to teach about revolutions, or do you want to create revolutionary people? And I'm very grateful that he asked me that question because it grounded my thinking for the remainder of the unit, and it reminded me of something very important. That as a young man, I found great inspiration in revolutions, learning about revolutions. Not only learning about revolutions, but learning about the transformations people had to make within themselves in order to transform their society into something greater. And it is through this lens in which I taught the Haitian Revolution.
As the school year went on, I made lots of friends that had very different experiences as me. I had Corey, my history and social studies teacher, and as he said, he revolutionized my idea of what it meant to be in school. And as I also started going to school more, I attended family group, what other outward bound schools call crew. Family group was a safe space for all of us to open up about what was on our mind. When the transfer window came, I found that I got accepted to my original school of choice. I was excited, but then doubt kicked in. Should I stay or should I go? So I did what I learned in family group. I talked it out. I went to my friends, I went to my family group advisor, and I went to Corey. Maybe it was okay that my first year hadn't been like everyone else's. Maybe it was okay to keep writing this chapter.
My first year at Kurt Hahn looked very different from everyone else. But from the moment I stepped into my school, my worries went away. As I went throughout the school year, everyone from teachers and other Haitian students helped me with my transition being in my first American school. They will help me translate a lot of my schoolwork as well as pronounce new words daily. One of the classes that helped me most was Crew. Crew, also known as a safe place, is an advisory class at Kurt Hahn where we built, talk, learn, and truly thought the 5 commitments, which are respect, compassion, perseverance, courage, and stewardship. These tools helped me as I learned more about the meaning of an outward bound school. Every day is a learning experience for me, some days being harder than others. However, with the help of everyone at Kurt Hahn, I feel as though as time goes on.
After introducing the unit and exploring its connections to modern day society, it produced opportunities for students to discuss issues like colorism, racism, discrimination, educational inequity, human rights violations, and so on. In some of the more deeper conversations, students reflected on ways in which our own community perpetuates colorism, discrimination, racism, and so on. In retrospect, at the conclusion of the unit, students have often left with a sense of pride or a sense of interconnectedness amongst each other.
As you might have guessed, I decided to stay. Well, yeah. I'd like to thank my parents who were behind me with whatever decision I made. Shout out to mom and dad over there, best parents in the world. Oh, shucks, guys, thanks. Without my school community, my teachers, my friends, I wouldn't be standing here right now. When decision time came, I stayed because I knew that I couldn't find this community anywhere else. At other schools, I felt like a number, but at Community School for Social Justice, I was a person. So since then, I want to truly immerse myself in my school community. So I joined several clubs from track to Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, guys, all right. And shout out to my principal, Jamie, in the back. He's giving me a lot of opportunities like this one today. He gave me an opportunity to go camping in North Carolina with Outward Bound, and I jumped at the opportunity because when you're involved in Outward Bound, whether it be at school or through a camping trip, you build a community, and you can write a story with complete strangers. Thank you.
I had never felt so safe in a school community. By being safe, I challenged myself to become a peer tutor, a leader in and outside of classes, a liaison to my peers, and standing here tonight. As I'm speaking right now, the same girl who 2 years ago could not formulate a proper sentence in English is the same girl now helping others to be heard. Kurt Hahn has taught me that learning new languages is my strength. I love learning new languages. And tonight, I would like to send my heartfelt thank you, especially to those special people who have helped me learn, succeed, and become who I am today. To begin, can we please turn around and applaud Ms. Jean Marie in the back, please? Ms. Jean Marie, stand up. Ms. Jean Marie and Dr. A, even though she's not here, for always looking for great academic opportunities for me. To Mom and Dad, who I really wish were there tonight, but they're not, but it's okay, who taught me everything important. To Auntie Marjorie for always giving me thoughtful advice. To Miss Julie, a round of applause again for her, she's right there. And every single person at Kurt Hahn for believing me and supporting in my goals. As I have 1 year left at Kurt Hahn, I know this school for sure helped me to prepare my post-secondary education. In my senior year, I'm willing to do everything I can for the new incoming students to know that is the right place for them and that their opinion matters. One thing I have realized is that our bound schools give a lot more opportunities to their students to be able to express themselves and be who they are. I will forever be grateful to my Outward Bound schools for celebrating their students' achievements and loving them. Thank you for taking the time to hear my experience tonight.
An enduring understanding that I wish for students to conclude the unit is with this. First, I want students to have a sense of pride within themselves, regardless of their cultural or ethnic background. Secondly, I want students to understand that just as the enslaved Africans overcame insurmountable odds and adversity, so too can you. You have the ability to go within yourself, to transform yourself into something greater for society, whether it's for an individual vision or a collective vision. I also want students to conclude the unit with leaving not as powerful individuals, but seeing themselves as part of a human, interconnected family, where we all have hopes, dreams, values, aspirations, so on and so forth. With that being said, I'd like to thank New York City Outward Bound for creating a forum to celebrate teachers who work so very hard in education. Thank you to all the nominees. I'm sure all of you are very, very deserving of this award. I'd like to thank my principal and assistant principal, Jamie Guzman and Dana Sutherland. Jamie, I was your first hire, so thank you for taking a chance on me. I'd also like to thank my late grandmother who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And lastly, I'd like to thank my son, Amaru, and his beautiful mother, Leani, who have supported me from day one. Thank you very much. Thank you.